In 1972, three hikers in New Mexico's Chaco Canyon stumbled on a hidden room carved directly into the canyon wall. Outside, the desert baked at over 100 degrees. Inside, the air was a steady, cool 72. The chamber was filled with artifacts, pottery, tools, weapons, all dated to the 8th century, all except one. In the center of the room lay a compass-like device made from an alloy no metallurgist could identify, composed of elements and structures that shouldn't exist for another 1,000 years. Its surface was covered in intricate symbols no one recognized. Within 48 hours, the National Security Agency seized the site. They called it Project Ancient Arrow. Agents studied the chamber in secret for months, cataloged the artifacts, took the compass, then sealed the room and buried the project. For 21 years, nothing happened. Then, in 1994, a series of rock slides tore open part of the canyon. When the dust settled, park rangers found not a fissure, but a doorway, perfectly rectangular, sharp edges, right angles. This was no natural formation. Beyond it, a corridor spiraled upward through solid rock, its walls melted smooth, polished at the atomic level, glowing with embedded symbols. 23 chambers branched off this spiral at regular intervals, forming a perfect double helix in stone. Each room contained bizarre artifacts, paintings in unknown pigments, instruments that produced frequencies outside human hearing, star charts that didn't match our sky. The same strange symbols from the corridor covered everything. Only Chamber 23 was different. It contained a single object, a small optical disc that looked vaguely like a CD, but wasn't any known material. Standard decryption tools failed. Lasers, electron microscopes, exotic readers, nothing could access what was inside. Under certain wavelengths of light, thousands of symbols appeared, suspended within the disc, layered in three-dimensional patterns. Still, no one could read it. Ancient Arrow stalled until 1996. That summer, two college students hiking near Chaco Canyon found a shoebox-sized metallic object, half buried in sand. It was heavy, patterned in swirling gold and silver that formed a three-dimensional map of the canyon. Symbols, identical to those in the chambers, covered its surface. When they lifted it, together, both collapsed at the same instant. They weren't unconscious, they were somewhere else. They shared the same vivid vision, a massive chamber system spiraling through a mountain. 23 rooms, glowing symbols, cool air, smooth stone. Beneath their feet, they heard their own footsteps echoing in a place they had never been. When the vision ended, they were back in the sand, gasping for air. Seconds had passed. To them, it felt like hours. They brought the artifact to a professor who documented its composition and uploaded the symbols to academic networks. The file triggered every alarm on systems quietly monitored by the NSA's most secret unit, the Advanced Contact Intelligence Organization, or ACIO. Within hours, agents confiscated the object and sent it to their top linguist and technologist, Dr. Jameson Neruda. Neruda noticed the symbols on the artifact were related to those in the chambers, a different dialect of the same language. When he used the sequence from the artifacts as a key and fed it symbol by symbol into ACIO's quantum computer, built with alien technology, the disk finally opened. 8,000 pages of data poured out. Text, diagrams, star maps, genetic sequences, translated into English and dozens of other languages. The creators called themselves WingMakers. They weren't aliens. They weren't an ancient civilization. They were humans from Earth, 750 years in the future, sending us a warning. The warning itself was stark. According to the decoded disk, humanity's distant descendants were facing an existential threat, an approaching race of synthetic beings who sought to harvest human DNA for their own evolution. These future humans claimed the danger was not only real, but inevitable, unless we transformed first. They insisted that buried within our genetics was a dormant potential, one that could be activated collectively through consciousness, not technology. If awakened, humanity would evolve beyond the reach of the invaders, becoming, in the WingMakers' words, unharvestable. The artifacts, the chambers, the disc, they weren't relics of the past. They were instructions for survival, sent backward through time to change the future they feared was coming.